Today we are at the peak of the Lionsgate portal, and I felt a deep need to share this message with you. This is something I've been inspired today to talk about, and I'm sure that everyone that will resonate with this may notice that you are feeling a similar energy, because it's not mine what I'm feeling, it's collective, and it's present right now because as we are evolving in our lives, we are recognizing that there comes a moment. It's like a moment of awakening where we notice, okay, am I living my life or am I living somebody else's life? And this, what is known as the Lionsgate portal, is actually a strong, energetic, kind of a shower that is present on a more subtle plane. Obviously, physically, not much can change, but if you in tune with yourself, if you center yourself, you may notice that you're being called into leadership, that you're being called into some kind of mastery, that you're being called into a very deep sense of purpose, very deep sense of a mission-driven life. It doesn't need to be something big. Maybe it's just your life, like putting things together and just getting back. Maybe just getting back. Maybe you've been more chaotic. Maybe you've been off the track. Maybe you've lost touch with your intuition. Maybe you've started betraying yourself. Maybe you've given up on yourself because you've seen no progress. Like, I see messages, I see comments when people say, for, this many years, nothing changes. Nothing changes because we don't change anything. And if we don't look deep into ourselves and ask ourselves, what habits I need to quit, what skills I can learn, what can I master? What would fit me more? What lifestyle would fit me more? Am I healthy from 1 to 10? How is my health? How is my energy from 1 to 10? Those things are in your hands, my friends. And what with today's energy is awakening in you is this sense of awareness around these things. So you may feel more driven today. You may feel more inspired today. You may feel like being on fire. So you may feel like there's so much in your control. And the only question is, where's your focus, my friend? Where's your attention? So how many of you are feeling that you've fallen into a trap of believing that not much is in your hands? Looking around and seeing the chaos of this time and believing that you can't do anything about it. It's because you think it should change, but it doesn't need to change. Actually, it will change very organically through time. Things will settle. Some things will improve and some things will fall apart. Well, the point is, my friend, most of these things are out of your control. But what today's day and this energy right now, as we are in this season of Lionsgate portal, is reminding you, lead what you can lead. Live what is yours. Live what is yours. Have real life experiences. Experiment so you can have more of information you can take from to see what this life is all about. Like, if we're constantly living same lives every single day, we don't learn much. We don't have much information to truly take from when it comes to how can I maybe feel more free, how can I feel happier, how can I experience more financial abundance, more health, more vitality, more love, more whatever, right? If we don't get some new information, we can't expand, we can't elevate, we can't ascend. So what this time is really saying to you, my friend, have more experiences. So what does it mean? Maybe read more books, meet more people, go out of the comfort. Lion is known as the king of the jungle. But for someone to become a king, not the egoistic king, like, Nas calls it the king's disease, not this kind of a king. The kind of a king that is a leader, that is a master, that is a great character, that has his things in great order, trust and knows when to surrender, when to let go. I'm talking to all queens out there as well. This is the energy you can step into. I'm not saying you will step into, but you can. It's a choice. What I'm giving you is a reminder that you can choose that. But this is a different game. Life moves in cycles, as you know. And cycles are actually not just cycles, they're spiral motions, up or down. We ascend or descend. And through our choices, we are actually choosing the path upwards or downwards. Well, actually, when we move downwards, usually we don't move consciously and intentionally. So we kind of move automatically by following just our animalistic nature. By following our impulses and unconscious habits, we are downgrading ourselves, just becoming more animal and less spirit. So on the other side, in order to ascend and to really follow up with this energy that's coming in, it means that we need to follow more of our spiritual nature, which is obviously not something spiritual that would come out of a belief system. You can make any words out of it. But what it truly is a conscious, intentional design of each day that you've been blessed with. So you can wake up with purpose. You walk intentionally. You choose what you will do today, and you do it and you finish it. Simple as that. So as you live consciously like that, you will notice there will be uncomfortable situations on your path. Yeah, there will be. I have uncomfortable situations as well. That's when I go within and I ask myself what is necessary at this moment, so I can get in touch with my inner nature. And then I bring it out. I'm honest with people. I have these uncomfortable conversations when we need to have them, right? So we can all deepen our roots and grow higher. That's the name of the game, as they say, right? So what's special about the Lions Gate portal and today is this is the pick? Well, you will feel this energy right now, the energy of a leader, the energy of a king or queen. It's an archetype. You will feel this energy. But another thing that is happening, your childhood dreams are awakening. Your DNA as its spiral. More we learn to let go and to relax, more the spiral of DNA opens and it starts emanating more light, which means more information can come out of your DNA. More memories come out. And these memories, once again, are not something mystical. It's awareness of your qualities. It's awareness of your nature, like what truly speaks to you, what resonates with you. So you can navigate your life in this direction where things will be more aligned with you. So you stop living some artificial life that doesn't fit you and you start living a life that fills you, that fulfills you, right? So it doesn't mean you live the way you've been told, you live the way you are guided. And that is important to know. And then guidance, once again, is a very subtle personal thing we all experience uniquely. So I always encourage you, be centered. Don't let the wind of life blow you around. because that's how you forget who you are. Return back to your center. Doesn't matter how strong the wind is, when you know your center, when you are strong in your pillar, you will observe the wind, but you will not be affected by it. It's a strong, rounded tree. But of course, you don't become a strong tree if you live in the house. No, you don't become a strong tree if you live in the house. You need to be exposed to what? You need to be exposed to storms of life. So what this day is also reminding you, expose yourself to storms of life. That's how you become strong in spirit, in mind, in emotions, and in body. Expose yourself to storms of life. Take risks, my friends. This is a formula to become strong in this life. Yes, this life is not for the weak ones, and you are not weak. The fact that you've came here, you've chosen to come here, means that you have an incredible resilience inside of you. But the question is, have you awakened to it, or is this still asleep? Do you easily get hurt? Do you easily get over-emotional, over-sensitive? Well, it means you have capacity to evolve. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't be like that. Like, I'm an artist, my friend. I'm an artist. I'm sensitive. I sense a lot. I sense energies. I sense thoughts. I sense emotions. I sense a lot. But I've learned that if I channel these energies, if I channel emotions, doesn't matter positive, negative, if I channel them into some work that is playful to me, joyful to me, I'm becoming a better channel, and therefore these energies are not disturbing me. They are inspiring me. So I see something hard that is happening on the world, and it inspires me to do something beautiful out of it. This is alchemy. It sounds very strange to someone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, but to those of you who've been on this path for some time, you will know exactly what is going on, because you've started doing that as well. So when you're in tough conversations, it doesn't mean you just react. No, you channel it. You feel, oh, well, I need to take some deep breaths. I will not try to protect myself. I will try to do what is right. I will not respond out of anger. I will see what is the most needed right now. And compassion is on a higher level of social intelligence, because it takes time that we rewire our brain from reactivity to connection. And this is what this energy is reminding you right now. You're not here to be perfect without going through trials and tribulations, right? You're not here to be perfect without going through some errors and breakdowns and heartbreaks. But if you're going through it, congratulations. Now don't stay there. Always return back into the observer mode and keep asking yourself, okay, what this situation is teaching me? And how can I elevate myself from it? You will notice universe will always bring you solutions, but not the way you expect. When you see a solution, you will notice, well, that solution was around me for 1 year, for 2 years, but I haven't noticed it. That's how it works. We are ignorant until we see. And once we see, we cannot see. We cannot not see it. Or how do we say it, right? So, what this energy is reminding you? It is reminding you that to those of you who are going through trial and error right now, congratulations. Storms make trees grow deeper roots. These experiences are deepening your connection. So then you can actually become aware what's the purpose of connection? So what's the purpose of connection? When you don't know, somebody else knows, or something else knows. When you don't know, maybe your intuition knows. When you don't know, maybe your partner knows. When you don't know, maybe that random person that you met knows. When you don't know, a teacher knows. When you don't know, God knows. That's the purpose of connection. It reminds you, you are not alone, my friend. You are not alone. So this energy today is reminding you, of course you're not alone. If you're going through financial struggles, health struggles, maybe you are craving some connection in a physical life, like relationships. Or maybe you would like to, I don't know, travel the world and there's something stopping you. The message is, you are not alone. Firstly, you are not alone desiring this. There are people who are dealing with something similar as you, and you could find them, talk with them. Notice that you're not alone going through challenges. It's easier when we notice that we are not alone, because sometimes we feel, I'm the only one carrying these burdens. I'm the only one carrying this pain. When we find other people, we recognize, I'm not alone, so therefore together we can find a solution. But we need to be aware that this situation doesn't turn into some kind of complaining and judging and blaming. So we need to be wise. But then another thing that we learn is, when it comes to not being alone, is that there's someone who is already where you want to go. So even a lion had a teacher, had, a figure that taught him how to lead, how to be a king of the jungle. So I'm just using this story, but I want to remind you here, there's already a person who is somewhere where you want to be. And only those who don't quit looking for them, they eventually find their mentors, their teachers, their guides. But then, something I've noticed in my life, only few people actually succeed following the guidance, because most people get too distracted. And that's what this matrix wants you to become very good at. To become very good at distraction. Because only those who know how to focus, they actually accomplish their mission, their vision. And they get to where they've felt in their hearts that they want to get. It's not really about that destination. All of us are feeling called to somewhere, but firstly, most people are not even aware of their sensitivity, so they would sense their intuitive calling. Then other people who are more sensitive, they sense it, but they don't respond to it because they don't trust it. And then some people respond to it, but they don't stay consistent enough to accomplish getting to that destination. And then some people actually accomplish it, and they become great teachers for others. That's why you should respect teachers, because they've walked the path. They've walked the path. If you don't believe them, look at their lives and see if they walked it. And if they did, and they are where you want to be, well, now you know you're not alone. There's someone who's been through what you're going through, or at least something similar. And this energy right now is reminding you, hey, my friend, you're not alone. Find someone who has already shown that it's possible. Because firstly, it will give you confidence that you lack. Secondly, it will give you a bit of the, liquid into that glass of belief. You will believe that it's possible. And you will accomplish it way faster than you think. So this is what this energy is reminding you. Firstly, you are being activated. But then still, will you do anything? Now, when I say activated, I don't mean something mystical. I mean, notice what pulls you, what inspires you, what feeds you with life, what you see that you could experience if you would allow yourself to go onto that adventure that will obviously not be pleasant all the time, and it will not be easy all the time, and it will not be something you expect all the time. But eventually, you know, there's this learning curve. Firstly, there's excitement. We are very happy. Oh yes, I will make it happen. Like, how many of you have experienced that? Like, you've decided, oh, I will make it happen. And then you start and you notice that you've been quite naive, and it becomes hard, and you're like, oh no, it's way too hard, maybe it's not for me. And then you quit. But if you don't quit, you push through that climbing on the mountain. And at some point you get to the top and you notice, okay, I walked the path. Now I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm noticing some progress. I'm noticing that I'm becoming more skillful. Now you start walking down and you experience what we call a momentum. So if you push through the phase where you would usually quit because it becomes hard and it's not what you've expected, then you are becoming what we call more effortless with it. You're starting to learn the more subtle parts of building skills, which are more intuitive, intuitive learning, where at the right time we learn the right thing, and at the right time we do the right thing. This is not something we learn through skills, this is something we learn through time and repetition. And then soon you come to the valley where you reach your first goals and you notice, well, it was not as hard as I thought it will be, but I needed to climb the mountain. It was way higher than I thought it will be, and it was way harder to climb it. And on the way down, you slip somewhere, you make mistakes, you risk a lot, you get hurt, maybe you injure yourself a little bit. This is all symbolic language, but that's how learning curve works. And then people will say, oh, he's so successful, he's so free, he's so at peace, he's so connected, he's so wise, or she. No one will see the mountain that you've climbed. But that's what this energy right now is reminding you. It's reminding you that in order to evolve spiritually, or whatever is your goal at this point, or whatever you feel guided to become, to experience, you will need to climb mountains. Not for the sake of suffering, but so you expose yourself to storms. Because there's just this weird way of how we learn in life, and it's through pain and inspiration. And yes, those who are more in tune, they find inspiration before pain finds them. Those who are less in tune, pain finds them because they've ignored inspiration. But those are two different ways we actually get to the same goal. So it's only a matter of question, like, are you trusting your inspiration, or are you waiting for something painful to happen? And life doesn't care if it will take you 5 years, 10 years, 15 years being in pain. Life doesn't care. It's your wake-up call. What you do with it will turn into destiny. So I will leave you here. I hope you found great value today. It was something I felt inspired today to share with you in this format, as it's something I haven't done for some time. But well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found great value, and to anyone who would like to get a symbol of it, I've created a painting called the Spirit of a Lion, and the second painting that I've created as this symbol of this, kind of a hero's journey is Brave as a Lion. So I've created two paintings related to this story and message, and they both have a bit different messages. You can find them on AttractPassion.com or the link in the description of this video, and see which one resonates with you the most. So go and check it out. I will leave you here and wishing you all a beautiful day, beautiful connection. Stay in tune with yourself. Always Know your center, be in your center, and you will always know what to do. So even when confusion comes, you will know you only need time and some breathing. So stay in touch with yourself, and till next time, one love.